What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, Psychic Goddess Erica. Usually I have things all set up, but today the energy, I'm so exhausted, you guys. Combination of third trimester of pregnancy. We're in the shadow period for a few retrogrades. Eclipse season is approaching. I'm exhausted. But I didn't want you guys to be without a May forecast. I'm filming this in April. I think today is April 26th or something that I'm filming this. So, but it should be out for you guys before May. But again, as you guys always know, these are timeless, so you can still get a reading whether you're looking at the general message or clicking on in the description box whatever week you're in when you see this. Like if you're in week 1 of whatever month you're in, just click on week 1 from this video in the description box and you can still get a reading whenever you happen to see this. But I'm doing this for May 2022 forecast for the collective, but like I said, it can apply at any time. So whenever you see it, today I'm working with the past life oracle cards. Now, even though they're past life, I'm still going to use them for messages whenever in the present being whenever you see this. I'm working with the Archer's Discernment Oracle deck over here. See what I'm saying? My brain. Archer's Discernment Oracle deck over here if you're interested in this. The information where you can go to get it is down below in the description box also, which is basically where you can also find my website info and the African American Tarot. I'm wearing some of my grandmother's jewelry today so that she can give me some strength today. I feel like I need some Florida water before we jump on into this, but I hope you guys are doing well. Hope everybody is getting the rest they need. I've definitely been slowing down with things, content and postings, just to prepare as well for getting ready to give birth. So all right, so let's jump on in. As you guys know, general reading, take what resonates, release what doesn't. If you want to book a personal reading with me, the information on where you can go to do it is down below in the description box, and the timestamps will be there also. But I'm gonna start with the general reading first for the entire month, and then I'll get into each week. Also, I'm sad because my other set of peacock feathers, the base that I use, which is like a champagne glass decor, just broke. So now I just feel like it's really naked over here. So I need to get that replaced. But let's see. Message for the collective. May it resonate with anyone and everyone who sees it whenever they see it. Truth be told, for May of 2022, or whenever they see this video, whatever month, whatever year they come across this video, may the messages still apply at that time for whoever is drawn to it. Truth be told. Okay, so the first message here is trees. So for some of you, if this resonates, again, you may have actually been a tree in a past life. Fun fact for some of you, if you feel like that resonates, or some other form of plant life, because they are alive, they are living. I believe there's even been some scientific data that plants even feel pain and they communicate with each other. But the majority of the message for most of us is that May, or whenever you're seeing this, there's growth happening. We are growing, we are evolving, you know, and trees don't grow tall overnight. You know, it takes time. First, the seed has to be planted, then it has to be in the right environment. Then you have to continue to nurture it, water it. It's kind of like that energy of what you water will grow. So May, be mindful of what you're watering. Are you really watering your true goals, desire something that's healthy for you? Are you taking care of yourself and nurturing you? Or are you watering things that are already dead? You know what I'm saying? Some things like that. It's also a message to get out, spend time outdoors, ground yourself, let nature heal. You know, some of you may be into activist work for nature or the earth as well, so it's encouragement to continue to get out there and continue with that. For some reason, this is also giving me the energy of like money coming in or opportunities to make more money, because cash comes from trees, it's paper. Some of you may also be into smoking trees. That may also be your thing to kind of calm yourself or relax. But if you're going to do go that route, make sure you're giving it an intention. Don't smoke just to smoke. Make it more of a ceremony and a ritual to manifest and heal. And also for some of you, if you are maybe beginning to realize that you may have an addiction to smoking trees or something of that nature, to where you're relying on it too much, then this could be a wake-up call to get some help with that, or take a break from smoking it so much, whatever it might be. So whoever needs to hear it, again, general reading, whatever resonates with you, that's coming through. Some of you also communicate with nature or can hear the knowledge that comes from trees and other forms of nature or plant life or animals. So again, take what resonates, release what doesn't. Let's continue on with the African American Tarot for the general messages, and then we'll get into each week. Okay, so we have the Two of Swords. You know, May is a month 5 energy. 5 is change. With change, sometimes there's challenges. Sometimes there can be obstacles, but whatever change is happening, it's needed, it's necessary. There are still things that can be overcome. What I'm hearing Spirit talking about is that it's a time to slow down, though. Slow down and really process. A lot of this change is going to be positive for a lot of you. Like, it's going to be positive for all of you, to be honest, I feel, after all is said and done. But what I mean by that is, for some of you, it's going to feel very positive and exciting throughout the process. But for others of you, it may feel more of like a challenge or obstacle before you eventually get to the part where you begin to see why the change was needed and necessary and why it was in your highest good. But the Two of Swords energy is coming up as well. So, it may feel a bit chaotic for some of you, and some of this, and confusing when it comes to certain things. By that, what I mean is, like, you may be wondering why certain things may feel delayed, or why they're playing out how they've been playing out, or why a certain pattern may be repeating. Some of you are going to be asking, well, why me? Why them? That kind of a thing. Some of you are going to feel like kind of at a crossroads between paths. Like, you're not fully in the new chapter just yet. You're kind of stuck in the in-between of worlds. Your new and next chapter and the one that you've been in. So you're kind of processing all of that. For some of you, you may feel like you're hitting an impasse or like a roadblock kind of energy with someone or something. But with all that said, what Spirit is saying is, whatever it is for you that has you feeling like stuck in between, is to focus on what would make you feel the most peaceful or at peace right now. And right now being in the present day, and then when tomorrow comes, in that present day, and etc., etc. So make sure you're honoring your authentic self and your authentic feelings. I'm really getting, that's interesting. I'm hearing, what I'm hearing through my clear audience is that sound of internet dial-up back in the day. Some of you might be too young, But back in my day, I sound so old now. Back in my day, when the internets, we had AOL and dial-up tone, and that staticky, white noisy dial-up sound is coming up. So what I feel like that is like things are connecting, but it may not be as fast as you would like or maybe are used to. It's just taking a little bit more time to connect and process is how I'm reading that. So however that resonates for you when the time comes. Archer's Discernment Oracle deck. We'll get one more message for the general reading for the month. And then we'll hop into each week. Okay, manifestation. Things are manifesting. It just maybe processing take a little bit more time. We're on dial-up. We're not on 5G high-speed internet access like we're used to, in terms of like a metaphor, symbolic meaning. And some of that slowness could be due to the fact that, like I was saying at the time of this filming, things are going to be in retrogrades. So things slowing down, a lot of looking backwards, a lot of repeating cycles, things like that. And if you're seeing this at a time when it's not necessarily a retrograde season, the messages can still apply. Think of it as like a symbolic retrograde in terms of reflecting and looking to the past, needing to slow down, needing to have patience, needing to really focus on what's important to you to nurture right now versus what's not, taking care of yourself, self-care, things like that. So now let's jump into each week. I also heard them talking about, okay, I'm hearing them saying regain balance, and I'm also seeing somebody standing on one foot and still like trying to run a race. So I guess what they're trying to say is that that person can still reach the finish line. It just may take a little bit longer than those working with both their feet at the time. However that resonates for whoever needed to hear it. But there is a need to kind of regain balance again. So it's a lot of really, for some of you, I really feel like it's May or whenever you're seeing this, it's going to have so much great change. And it feels very social as well, but at the same time, even though it's very social, it's like the focus is still within, like on yourself or within your tight-knit group, community, tribe, family, relationship, whatever it is. Like, even though there's people around and it feels pretty good, it feels good, but it's like all that really matters is that tight-knit bubble within yourself, or those connections, if that makes sense, the people closest. Week 1 for the month, we have the first message that came through was biblical. So change of biblical proportions, and what I mean by that is epic, major. A lot of it can even be spiritual, regardless of what you believe spirituality wise or religion. Like when somebody says, wow, that's biblical, it really usually means like something very epic or huge. So I'm feeling like big, huge change, major transitions, major growth, major choices. Some of you may also be really downloading important spiritual information, lessons, wisdom. Some of you are having really epic realizations and epiphanies. For some of you, you're making major next steps in your life chapter with all the change happening, which change is going to be a theme for May, month 5, or whenever you're seeing this, month 5 energy, whenever you're seeing this video, change. A lot of you may be seeing 5, the number 5 a lot too, or 555, or things that add up to 5, things like that, numerology wise. This is also a time in the first week of the month to really connect to your own relationship to source, creator, whatever name you choose to call the higher power. Make sure that you're nourishing that as well. I do see that with so much going on, there's going to be moments where we may be feeling drains. So this is why self-care is also needed. But I'm also seeing the Ten of Pentacles coming up too. So I'm getting this energy of abundance, whether that abundance is money, whether that abundance is support, love around you, things worth celebrating, whether it's opportunity, whether it's feeling just a little more happy or at peace or feeling more freedom, however freedom is coming through for you, because there's many different kinds of freedom. Having the freedom to take a nap is freedom, so that's an example, but that's coming through. But it's really giving this energy of like tribe and community too. So maybe you are spending more time with loved ones or connecting with loved ones, or desiring to do so. And if you are desiring to do so, then it may be time to take that step. Maybe you're connecting with your ancestors, your spirit guides as well. I'm feeling this energy of feeling a bit more safe, or taking steps towards feeling more safe. So if you don't feel it yet, then this could be something that is something you're working towards manifesting, creating, and it's on the way. But I'm getting a lot of focus around family in May, whether that's family healing, whether that's spending quality time with family, whether that's releasing something about family that you're holding on to that's not needed, whether it's building a family, creating a family, starting a family, building a home, things like that. But I am getting this energy of prosperity and abundance as well. So Spirit is saying to feel blessed. Allow yourself to celebrate and feel blessed. And like I said, that prosperity and abundance could be money. It could be even gifts from people, or gifts from the universe coming through in terms of other forms of blessings, opportunities, your spiritual gifts, your psychic gifts of downloads and information coming through, your talents, your abilities, your creativity, whatever it is for you. Let's go into week 2. We have the medicine man or woman. You may also want to work with a dream catcher as well if you don't have already. So week 2 of the month is all about still continued spiritual healing, receiving information and needing to listen to the information from your intuition and your guides, really trusting it. Many of you are called to help others in many different ways, or you have a connection with helping others. And for some of you, you may actually be seeking help from somebody else, like seeking help from a psychic advisor or a Reiki healer, or some other form of like therapy and counseling, or like some sort of like acupuncture or massage or other forms of healing. However that comes through, it's a focus on healing, whether you're the one doing the healing and helping people, whether you're healing yourself, whether you are getting help from someone, or even things online, resources online, books, things you're learning about. There's a focus on that. But most importantly, trust your intuition and pay attention to your dreams. Your dreams are giving you intuitive messages and guidance and information in week 2. So if you have a dream, try your best to keep a dream journal and then decode it later. If you don't know how to decode dreams, I do that. You could always book a session with me for that as well. But I do see blessings coming. There are blessings coming. So for some of you, these are like obvious blessings, like they feel so exciting and grand. Some of you, these are blessings in disguise that may feel like a challenge at first, but then ends up being a blessing later on. But either way, blessings are coming. So 3 of Wands is coming up for the second week as well. So what I'm getting from that energy is, sorry, they're really loud outside right now. But anyway, what I'm getting from that energy is that, things are starting to move faster, but you may not see all the results in front of you right just yet. Things are in the manifestation process. So this is a great time to continue to set those intentions, those manifestations, to use the law of attraction, to be mindful of where you're putting your time, energy, and attention, because remember, where attention goes, energy flows. Being mindful of all of that. Some of you may feel like, some of you may feel like there is some sort of symbolic danger around you, because when I'm looking at this, I don't know, are these hyenas or something? It looks like these hyenas are looking at this goat, right? So the goat may sense their presence and that there may be some sort of symbolic danger nearby. But at the same time, this goat doesn't really look like it's running, at least not yet. And so what I'm feeling from this is just that sometimes things seem like they're a bigger deal or a bigger problem than what they actually are, because sometimes we get so caught up in fear, anxieties, worries, that we actually can create a bigger problem or contribute to a bigger problem potentially coming about, when really all we have to do is believe in ourselves, continue to focus and stand our ground. And I'm saying all of this is like symbolic and metaphor. So what I feel like this is that, like, there's always going to be, like, what I'm hearing is, don't worry so much about other people, their opinions, their views, if they're hating on you, what they're saying behind your back. Because at the end of the day, you're still divinely protected. And for some of you, you may be on the flip side of it. You may be one of the hyenas, like talking crap about somebody else or wishing wrong upon somebody. And in doing so, you're not realizing that that is actually stunting and preventing your blessings from coming. It's actually preventing you from moving forward on your course and your path. You see how this person on the horse looked like they were charging forward, but then looks like they had to slow down suddenly and hit like a blockage or something like that. Something was in the way where they had to quickly slow down. When you are doing things like talking about other people or projecting jealousy, hatred, things like that, that can actually block your blessings. Now, even though jealousy and things like that, those are normal human feelings, emotions, things that we go through, just try to catch yourself. Try to look into the root cause of what it may be for you and try to transmute that into maybe manifesting your own blessings for yourself, or understanding that when you're happy for others, that's what helps you to manifest your blessings to come in your own divine time and for you and in your own way. So again, take whatever side of that resonates for you, release what doesn't. For some of you, this is about just doing some extra divine protection for yourself, spiritual protection for yourself, because of the haters, the symbolic danger, which isn't really even that much of a danger at the end of the day, whether it's from other people or the things you're thinking and telling yourself, your own worries, anxieties, and things like that getting hold of you. And for others of you, this is about catching yourself in those moments when you might find yourself on the lower vibe side and sending that hateration kind of energy to others, so that you can transmute it and change it and overcome it and heal and know better and learn a lesson from it, and then manifest your blessings in divine time. Going into week 3, we have the mother. So for some of you, you may be needing to spend time with your mother, talk to your mother, call your mother, or maybe she is reaching out to you. For some of you, this may be memories of your mother or a mother figure, like, for example, grandmother, auntie, sister, who kind of nurtures you like a mother, maybe even a friend. Spending time with them, communicating with them. For some of you, this is remembering, reflecting on the past and your connection, your relationship with your mother, doing some mother healing. needing to forgive your mother for something for some of you, or needing to understand your mother from a new and different perspective for some of you. For some of you, you may even actually be taking space a little bit. Again, take whatever resonates for you when the time comes. For some of you, you may be healing your view of yourself as a mother, because you are either planning to become a mother, becoming a mother, or maybe like needing to heal yourself so that in the future when you do become a mother, you're not carrying over generational trauma, generational baggage into your child's energy and life. For some of you, you may have a partner who is becoming a mother, or another family member or close friend in your life who's becoming a mother, and just really need to show more support to them, understanding what they're going through, you know, being there for them, that kind of a thing. And for some of you, this could even be like an ancestor that is nurturing you like a mother during this time. For some of you, you may be in some sort of course or class, like about helping mothers, like being a doula or a midwife, or maybe you're in the medical field, or maybe you're like a family therapist, or maybe you're even like a spiritual, maybe you work in the metaphysical realm and do readings or something like that, or Reiki, and you're helping people with womb healings, or you want to get one, something like that could also apply to all of this energy as well. But what I'm also seeing here is we have the message of the devil for week 3 of the month. There's this energy of like stuck in a web energy, and it's so there's a need, and that web is, some of you, it's being cautious of getting caught up in somebody else's web, like their drama, their chaos, their issues they need to heal and work through. And for others of you, this is one of your own making, through what you're thinking, what you're worrying about, what you haven't healed yet. So some of you, this is the message to whatever it is for you, whether it's somebody else's web or your own web. It's time to deal with what needs to be healed within you, what's within your power to heal. If it's somebody else and their stuff, okay, well, how can you learn from that? But also continue to work on how it's affected you and heal yourself in connection to it all, and move forward. Looking at what patterns it's created within you that may not be fully healthy, or behaviors. For some of you, if you're the one caught in your own web, then again, same messages, work on it, heal. It's also time to try not to doubt yourself, work on your doubt, be cautious of what you're addicted to. We all have our own addictions in different ways. So for some of you, this could be addiction to like a behavior, something you do. For example, maybe you are addicted to taking a shower, which seems like not that big of a deal, but you're doing it so much that it's like affecting the quality of your life or something. Or maybe it's not that extreme. Maybe you just need to look at, why do you always feel the need to take a shower? Because there's something within maybe that needs to be healed about feeling unclean or dirty, or something like that. Or, you know, that's an example. Maybe it's addiction to food. Maybe it's an addiction to some sort of a substance. Maybe it's an addiction to fears and worrying and anxiety. Maybe it's an addiction to a person, obsessing over someone. What are they thinking? What are they feeling? Do they like me? Do blah, blah, blah. You know, or addiction to when something may happen. When am I going to get the job? When is money going to come in? When am I going to have love? Things like that. Those are also addictions. Some of you may be addicted to workaholics, whatever it is. Be mindful of what your addiction is, and then be mindful of how to begin to work on healing it. You know, we all have it to some degree, but you don't want it to get to an extreme, and you don't want it to get to a point where it starts affecting the quality of your life. And also be mindful of expecting immediate gratification with certain things or expecting immediate results. Not everything is going to come when you want it to come or how you want it to come in. Sometimes, whether it's not coming in because it's not actually the best thing for you and the universe is trying to protect you, whether it's because it's just going to take more time, whether there's a lesson that needs to be learned first before it can come in, before you're a vibrational match for it to happen, which will lead me into my next point. There can be many different reasons why it's not happening when you want it to happen. So kind of release the immediate gratification part of things and trust divine timing, as well as trusting that, you know, what's for you will be for you in divine time. Some things that you want are not for you, at least not yet. Maybe not ever for some of you. And there's something better coming once you release that mindset, that idea, that situation, that person. Just throw out some examples. Because we also have the message of vibrational match. So in week 3, it's important to remember that we draw in energy that matches our vibe as well. Now, if it's something that feels negative, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're a horrible person, like whatever it is that's attracted to you, because some people can still be attracted to your vibe, even if you are, you know, a very high vibe light. Sometimes people in the shadows can still be attracted to that. But what I mean by that is, like, there's still it can, to them it may feel like a match, because you know how you need, like, a battery needs positive and negative to work. Sometimes they need a recharge and you are that recharge, or vice versa, they are for you. When you're down or feeling low, you could be drawn to somebody else, not realizing that you're sucking from them, or vice versa, they could be sucking from you. So there's that, and that's why I think that it's so close to the Devil card in this case, because there's some vibrational matches, but they're actually vibrational matches because they are using, how do I explain this? Their differences are actually filling a void to what the other one doesn't have. But for some of you, it's not necessarily the healthiest. And for some reason, this could be still tied to something to do with the mother energy, or a divine, like, needing to tap more to in the healthier side of the divine femininity, for all of us, which we all have both divine feminine masculine, versus going too far in the direction of an imbalanced side of it. So there is this energy of needing to be more of a receptive mode, and diving deeper into the reflection and the shadows of things that still need to be healed and worked on within ourselves and within our friendship groups and within our family and within who we allow in our environment, and why we do so. Why are we still associating with certain people? These are just some examples of questions coming up around week 3. And in doing so, once you begin to see what does need to go and who does need to go, because it's draining, and some people may be just using you to recharge their own battery, or you may be using people to just recharge your own battery, which is not necessarily balanced or healthy for all parties involved. Once you can be honest with yourself about that, then, and begin the healing process, even if some grief is involved, then you can begin to manifest a vibrational match that is more of, like, uplifting, more harmonious, more in alignment with the same goals you have, or the same energy that you're creating for your life and future life that you're manifesting now versus the past. Definitely need to stop hanging on so much to things of the past that are no longer serving. I feel that coming up as well. For some of you, your relationships are really going to be evolving to a new level once you do that healing work, that shadow work. And when I say relationships, that could be romantic or platonic. It's kind of like that energy of, like, when you ask for true love, for example, or when you ask for more abundance or wealth, sometimes what we had already is removed or taken away, even though we thought that's what we wanted. And that happens or people leave our life, or certain things, opportunities are removed from our life because there's better to come in, because we asked for true love, or we asked for, whatever it is over here. So that what we thought, what we wanted, and what we thought we were manifesting in that energy, which actually wasn't for us, could be removed because it actually wasn't representing that trueness of what our heart really, really wants, needs, deserves, and desires, if that makes sense. It's kind of like when you do a job, like when you do like I don't know if you guys have ever done candle magic before, but like if you've ever done candle magic for a certain person try to all of a sudden love you or choose you, or for a specific job, and then you don't get the job, or that person breaks up or leaves you or doesn't work. That's because, well, one, you shouldn't be trying to do it on a specific person, because you can't mess with somebody's free will. If they're not freely choosing you or don't see your greatness on their own, then let them go anyway. That's what I have to say about it. And also, if you do it on a certain like job or something, you may not see everything behind the scenes, to where that there was something behind the scenes or about it that once you were to get in, it would not have been the best fit for you, or would not have been that great for you. So it gets removed. So when you do things like that, you may think, oh, the spell didn't work, they broke up with me, or I didn't get the job, but it is working. It is working. That wasn't for you. There's something even better you don't see coming to replace that which was removed. So that's just like a long-winded example of kind of the energy I'm trying to explain for week 3. Going into week 4, we have phobias. So some fears may be coming up, but they need to be faced. They're coming up so that they can be faced. And also remember too, it's kind of like, even though certain things may feel beyond your control, and that is scary. Let me get some water. Certain things may feel beyond your control, and that is scary. There's a need to release to the best of your ability. Constantly use positive affirmation if you have to deal with it moment to moment, or mantra. That doesn't mean ignore the fear necessarily, because it's valid. If you're feeling it, it's a valid feeling, but more so in the way of, okay, where is it coming from? How can I focus more so on the present moment and take things moment to moment, rather than continuously worrying about the bigger picture? Maybe you need to pray as well, or work with your spirit team, or like I said, use positive affirmation to kind of get through the fear, because it's passing, because it's going to pass. Because what I also see is the Tower for week 4 of the month. And so even though there's this energy of things feeling shaken up, maybe certain truths are being revealed, maybe information that you didn't know before has now been unearthed. Maybe there's like a symbolic flood of emotions coming through, good or bad or both. Just overwhelming emotions that can sometimes make you feel a bit chaotic, because sometimes some people are also fearful of losing all the great things they have. Like for some of you, I'm talking to a select group of you, like things are going so good for you that there's a fear deep down that something's going to be taken away because things are going so good. Release that fear, whoever needed to hear that. For others of you, this is like you're still just in fear and doubt because things feel still a little bit rocky, unstable, beyond your control. There may be a whole lot going on around you. Some stress levels may be there, things like that may be coming up. But whatever it is, whatever is being shaken up or whatever is changing, again, it's all things that need to change. It's all things that need to be seen, something that needs to be revealed, truth coming to light, things like that. For some of you, it may be the people around you that's in chaos or creating chaos. Like you might be chill, but it could be other people in your environment that's going through chaos. And so then it's like you get impacted because of the energy of the collective. So still try not to let their fears and phobias attach to you. You know what I mean? And so I feel it's cleansing though. It's giving me, it doesn't look like the greatest image on here, right? But I'm still getting like purge energy, cleansing energy. Things are being cleansed and cleared out and making a way for something beautiful to come after. The sadness card was reversed when I had pulled it. I don't know if you guys noticed it in the beginning, it was reversed. So I actually feel like week 4, or maybe soon after, if not exactly in week 4, there's this energy of healing from sadness. There's a like stepping more so towards happiness, stepping into a place of having more peace, healing wounds, you know, coming out of all of that is what I feel coming up. For some of you, it feels like, for a select group of you, it feels like, again, like you have so many good things going on that you feel bad for the people, certain people in your life that are struggling. Like you feel bad for their sadness, even though you're not directly sad because you're in a good space. Hopefully that is making sense. But for others of you, yes, you're healing sadness, you're overcoming it. You may still feel it from time to time about certain things, whether it's because certain things are changing so much, or there's just like this new level of life you haven't experienced before. So part of you, when you just kind of reflect back to memories and things like that, and sometimes it's almost like, oh, I wish I could have that again or experience that again. But just know that there's new things coming in, and maybe to honor those memories and cherish them and reflect how they've helped you change and evolve, and understand there's a new and different chapter coming. So that's going to have a new set of memories. So some of you need to hear that. Again, take what resonates, release what doesn't. So healing of wounds is coming up in week 4. Need time for recovery. Like big changes coming, and so it's like it's kind of like those big changes that like things just cannot go back to how they were. They've already changed in such a drastic way, or need to change in a drastic way. Around week 4 or soon to come, if you don't see it exactly in week 4. So this is what I have for you guys for the month, for May, or whenever you see this. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Comment below if you're like me, you watch it each week, and with the timestamps in the description box. Some of you may watch the whole thing, but I play it back for myself for the messages for me too, and I go by each week. So if you want to let me know how things are going for you along the way, maybe it's resonating for you now already. So if that's the case, comment below. I appreciate the interaction. Let me know what messages are standing out to you right now already for the month. Remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you choose to, you can always tip by buying me a coffee, and the information on where you can go to do that is down below in the description box. And I will talk to you guys another time. Bye.